Hi there guys, and welcome to another episode of Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode we came to Caed Nua. We were told we're on the brink of war. We cleared some side quests, did some side quests for the Crucible Knights, so we can't get the dozens to our aid anymore because our standing with the Crucible Knights is too strong. We started her side quest. We found out about his brother. I still haven't figured out what to do with her. It could be there. It says on a cliff, so that village is not on. So this is the only place I can think where her quest is, or Defiance Bay. But there's a Ardra rock there, and that's not a cliff. It just is. So yes, let's just go here quickly to Defiance Bay, and then we'll go and fight this dude for my castle. He thinks he's strong. He's gonna get his ass handed to him. Payday. Oh, and I gave up most of my money to get this done as quick as possible. So I'm poor, got no money. Luckily the things I need to build, it's not that expensive anymore. Most of the stuff's done. Training grounds. Should have done this a long time ago. No, previous episode as well, I rested for like 7 days. Defeat the Rogue Forge Knights. Designs.
That's not. I'll teach you a lesson.
Okay.
And that's how it's done.
Oh. Mining copper. Sword. Money. Every Forge Knight I kill, I get a sword and copper wires. It's money. I'm rich again. Soon.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Attack. What are you doing there? I suppose it's some of that. See what happens. Just like. Okay. They are strong.
Good shot.
You need to go.
What? There's a lesson to be taught.
I'll teach you a lesson. That's it. I'll just.
But now, how are they gonna help me if they've got no one?
Sure.
Give me that, thank you.
That's not very helpful.
Okay. I don't think this is gonna be effective at all. Where is she? Slap that one. You. There we go.
something here
Oh, I forgot my guy actually is shots bounces.
That's it!
Dead on.
Just go through the money with that. How is this stealing?
Slowly now.
Okay, I need to put that aside. Thank you. Okay. Defense every wounded character. Okay, it's a really wounded character. Cost that for me. You use that. You use that. Cost that. Let's attack here.
Don't even
Who's this? Oh, it's a dog.
And that's how it's done.
No, nothing. Was that it? Who's missing?
Hey there.
One minute, my justiciars were training the Forge Knights. In the next, they were being cut to pieces. But the survivors owe their lives to your skill. You fought valiantly, worthy of any seasoned soldier. In fact, I'm naming you an honorary justiciar. As a reward for your service, please accept this blade and armor, worthy of a knight of the Crucible. If there's anything else I can do for you, you need only ask. I'll send word to Fleetbreaker Castle immediately. We clearly didn't understand the Forge Knights as well as we thought. For now, we'll have to continue recruiting the old-fashioned way.
That might be for the best. The Forged Knights are obviously too unpredictable to use safely.
Knowing how firmly you stand by your principles, I'm glad you agree with my assessment of the situation. And if I'd listened to Dunstan, none of this would have happened in the first place. I won't make that mistake again.
Was there something else I can do for you? Yes. But first, Crucible Knight armor. Look at that DR. And you can enchant it as you want. No, it's okay. And this is a one-handed, so it's a interrupt, damage, slash, accuracy when below 50, endurance plus 20 damage while endurance below 50. Then accuracy granted to any ally attacking same target. Fine. Wow. I wanna see something with him quickly. Constant trigger defender knights. Weapon. Spirit of a way defender weapon and shield style. Rapid trigger vigorous. Restore by second and fearless knock. I don't have anything stating certain weapons that he should be using. Let's do that. Let's hope this counts. No, but I never fight with this. It's gonna be useless on me. Let's do that. There we go.
Yeah?
And then the armor he wears. Oh, that's a 14 DR. Okay. Do I in charge of Crucible Knights? My job is to oversee. Okay. I know what Crucible Knights. Okay. So much you have a sale. I need you to buy shit for me. I'm poor. Fine, great sword. Don't need it. I don't think I need this. Let's keep it.
Yeah?
Oh.
The Crucible Knights have their ambitions, but the stability of Defiance Bay is foremost in their mind. The Dukes are thinking only of their trading assets, not the long-term health of our partners in the Dyrford. If Defiance Bay falls, all we will have left are overland routes. Not much comfort.
I don't want to see anything bad happen to the Defiance Bay either. Good, when we tell the Duke, I hope he believes us. I'm not telling the Duke shit. Despite best ever done by saga. Oh, let's go to Twin Elms. Where's Twin Elms? I don't know where it is. Oh, it is there. That's Twin Elms. Caed Nua.
Looks a little healthier than before.
Let's talk about my armor. What's better? That's a good will reinforce your info. Okay. Good. Save. Kick as and save. Keep. Excellent. Morale is high and the troops are eager to follow you to glory. Are you certain you wish to march? Yes. Give the order. Let's march. Go. As you crest a small hill overlooking Yenwood Field, Lord Gathman's army is a flurry of activity scurrying to and fro. Even from this distance, you can hear the drums of war beating their steady cadence designed to intimidate their foes while organizing their rank and file into battle formations. Marshal Forwin approaches. You've arrived just in time. Lord Gathman's forces are beginning to move and an attack is imminent. Inspect you for any idea what Gathman is planning. Sound the horn, Marshal Forwin. It's time to finish this. Inspect the force. Inspect your force. Local militia constitutes the majority of your army, but veteran soldiers have organized their ranks and walk among the young, unseasoned warriors, offering advice or the occasional joke. They cheer, striking sword to shield as you pass, in thunderous approval of their lord. Among the troops, a small crowd of warriors shine brighter than the others. Crucible Knights, standing tall in gleaming plate armor and armed with spear and shield, they stand at attention, spear centered as you pass. Any idea what Gathman is planning? Marshal Forman strokes his chin. His ultimate objective is to face you in the battle and to be seen defeating you. I doubt he is foolish enough to challenge you to single combat, of course. Sound the horn, Marshal Forman. It's time to finish this. Marshal Forman begins barking orders and your troops quickly form up. Gathman's army follows suit as the deer and war drums echo across the field. Within a few moments, the marshal raises a brass horn in the visage of the mighty boar to his lips. He looks at you expectantly. Tonight the ravens will feast on our enemies while we drink, fucking revel in glorious victory. Holy shit, that sounds like a Viking. Raise your weapon above your head and scream at the top of your lungs. For Caed Nua. The troops bellow across the field, pounding weapon to shield as the marshal's horn sounds. Dozens of bowstrings twang in unison behind you as your archers unleash a hail of arrows at Gathman's army. The missiles hiss through the air with deadly accuracy, felling scores of enemies. In a bold move, Gathman points his sword towards your position, giving an unheard order. His infantry shields raised charge the field. The infantry charges headlong into the enemy infantry in the center of the field. Cacophonous sound of metal and metal on metal is nearly deafening as the two forces collide. The fighting is fierce and the screams of the dying numerous. Led by veteran warriors rallied to your cause, the troops fight valiantly and appear to be holding their ground. The battle thus far appears to be stalemate. Then a group of Iberian battle mages emerge from behind the enemy lines. They begin moving their hands in unison with practiced precision. Suddenly, waves of arcane fire erupts among your troops. The acrid smell of smoke and burning flesh is nearly overwhelming. From the left flank, a unit of Rawatoi berserkers clad in plate armor and wielding greats begins to collapse the left side of the line. The group is thick with the dead as they press their advance. Meanwhile, bleak Walker paladins dressed in dark armor and carrying sword and shield stride back and forth behind Gathman's lines, rallying his warriors and exhorting them to fight harder. As battle rages, Marshal Von looks to you for orders. Take the berserkers. We need to deal with those battle mages. The bleak walkers must die. Study the battlefield. Your troops fight bravely and your lines are holding for the moment. Gathman's army is slowly pushing you back and casualties are mounting. Defeat is likely. As the battle mages Marshal Forward looks to you for orders. Take the bleak walkers must die. Marshal avoids an incoming arrow before answering. And how do you plan to do that? Send the Crucible Knights. Wait. We need to deal with the battle mages. Send the Crucible Knights. The Knights lock shield and drive forward in a wedge formation through the enemy lines. The formation allows them to penetrate the line quickly but leads to heavy losses. As they reach the battle mages, the formation falls apart. The battle mages seize their magical attack against your lines as the remaining knights put them to the sword. But you fear the maneuver has sealed grisly fate for the last of the knights. Load. I don't like these things. I want to go in and fight shit. I think the knights must go take the berserkers. Berserkers. Load. Great all.
Sure.
That's not where I saved. Okay. Okay, inspect the forces. Take out the berserkers and the Crucible Knights. The Knights of the Crucible form a shield reinforce the left flank where two berserkers throw themselves against the wall with reckless abandon. Each time a knight falls, another steps into the breach, shield held high and spear at the ready. The berserkers losses are many, and within a few minutes it's clear the wall will hold. So the battle rages. Okay. Can I save? No. We need to deal with those battle mages. Study the battlefield. Everyone on me. As the remainder of your forces charge off one sound in the distance, a new contagious warrior crests a nearby hill. As Gaspard's force charge headlong into the fray, his other troops cheer triumphantly. The new arrivals quickly join up with Gaspard's army. You make out the form of Captain Emery, leading the charge in a dark armor. She kills one of your troops with a well-aimed pistol shot before running another through with a gleaming rapier. She kills foe after foe, and at the point within the dead piled around her, she seems to face you from across the battlefield and shrug. As the battle rages, your forces fight valiantly, pressing ever forward. Casualties on both sides are high, and victory remains elusive from either side. Karanak, the Lord Cuthus, strides through the carnage, his elite guard accompanying him. We both knew it must come to this. Come now, it's time I put you down like a dog you are. Here I am. So Catherine with your weapon. Let go. Let go. Okay. Now. Cause the world. Then you cast. Oh shit! That there. You cast protection over us. What are you doing so far behind? You attack there. The characters also spread. Come back. have to take these guys one by one. I need you in the front lines. I need you. Also cast this there. You can cast this there. Okay. Come back. I mean. So these are all Gathman's people.
That's it.
Well done.
I swear that rock.
Oh, I was so busy fighting I didn't even check health status or anything. Lay on hands on him.
I can't get a good shot with this.
And then I need you to cause
Something else.
Show him how.
I'll take it.
Yeah, we want to keep going. See, he needs to watch his people die.
That looks like it hurt. Not exactly what I was going for.
Right, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But Catherine lies dead before you, his army scattered, bloodied and exhausted. Your remaining troops look at you, sword raised, his high in victory, chanting your name. Correct. I want to loot the battlefield. Holding the hem of his robe as he steps over several dead bodies, Chancellor Warren approaches you. Although his face is pale and he looks as if he will be sick at any moment, he forces a smile. Lord Curran says, while I'm grateful this dispute is finally over, it is regrettable so many lives were lost in the process. Cathman should have just been reasonable from the start. He gags involuntarily and the silk boot brushes against his severed head. In any event, as the legal arbiter of Earl of Yenwood, I am here to inform you that you've been declared the Thayan of the Dyrford, and Caed Nua has been recognized as your domain. It shall forever be thus, and will pass down to any descendants you may have in the future. Of course, now that your claim has been upheld, you are expected to forward a small portion of any taxes you collect to your Lord Earl Baedmar. Sounds reasonable, the Earl Baedmar, and I am grateful for your assistance. I'll make sure his taxes are collected. Okay. Excellent. I'll inform Earl that everything is in order. It appears many work is done. Feel free to visit the palace if he steps in a pile of entrails with a wet squash, and as he turns on second thought, I'll come and visit you. Yes, perhaps in a year or 3. Lord Kernax, it's been an honor to serve you. I'll be making my way back to Kieran's Grasp. The Earl has some urgent business for me there, unfortunately. Should you ever find yourself that far north, feel free to come to call on me. I'd love to trade war stories with you over a cup or two. He grabs a hand briefly in a firm grip and then turns on his heels. Oh. Secret two-handed, okay. Bound to a loth. Oh. I don't know what happens if this thing levels up.
Hey there.
I just know something happens. It's all about the money. Ooh, look at that. Exceptional sword. We'll have a look at that now. Spoils.
Laying low.
Victory, it says. Anything else I might have missed? Oh, I'm rich again. Okay. So, where's that ring? Okay. Grants Lord's authority. User +5 might, +5 resolve immunity, charmed and dominated. Ability area of effect. Maybe her because she's in the front lines. Belt. Damage reduction. Oh, yes. What does your belt do? Healing received. Suppress affliction. Yes. 2 might. Restore light endurance. Fortitude, reflex, and will. Okay, not to worry about that. Cloak of it and will. Okay, the cheat. Grants his code and convert to misses. Why don't I put that on him? Minor spellbind. Okay. Armor. Didn't receive basically a Crucible Knight officer. Mind black. No. Weapons. There was a exceptional sword here. What are you using? Saber. Exceptional sword damages. Okay. You will use this because a saber is a different proficiency. You need these books. Okay, and this is also for you. I'll be using that now. How much is it? I'm just copying spells. I don't even check how much it costs me. See, I've got no money left. All these scrolls, I can sell these scrolls as well. Okay.
Hey there.
Okay, supply and demand, quest bugged. I am... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yenwood Field. Let's go there. Training grounds construction completed. Sign. Just, yeah, go away. Cheapest thing. Water's lodge. Okay. I have no idea what to do with this. This might have something to do with her quest. It might not. This is the only place I can think of. This is where we got the druid. Where you can actually... Where there's a cliff. Then here the water starts and you can't go any further. Okay. Let's go to the town. Let's rest. Faithful companion, defend against attacks, merciless defense.
Yeah?
Okay. I mean, should I not rather go to the...
Do you still have family living in the Dyrwood, Adair?
No, not these days. Parents left the country years back during the purges. I think about them a lot.
It's a shame you and your family suffered, even after the Saints' War ended.
Hey there.
You Dyrwoodens certainly have a knack for holding on to old grudges.
Grieving mother. I wonder if I shouldn't go there. Searing Falls. What's in Searing Falls? It's grieving mother. Temple of Breath, Sherwood Mole. I'm in Trival's Quarry. Arms and armor. Okay, no. Let's first go there. Vicious war criminal leaves the stronghold. When did the okay. Criminal thugs will attack the stronghold in 3 days. Manual results. You must travel to Caed Nua. Okay. I guess this is my life now.
Better indeed.
Lava room. Sit!
I shall steal.
Sure. Hey there.
What are all these? Plus 25 concentration. All defenses, max endurance, damage reduction. Done. Only provide the modifiers constant recovery. Mind you. Healing received. Yeah.
Hail and well met.
did not see that. Okay. All of them. Okay. Not gonna use. Not gonna use. Not gonna use. Okay. Yeah. Focus on this. Oh. Yeah.
Hey there.
Bow that I have. There's some. Give primordial spirit. Okay, we'll do that later. Burning. Oh, let's just add so it can do more damage. How do I add these? Can I not? Oh. Okay.
Hey there.
Looks a little healthier than before.
I'll probably go visit all these people that I've got in my keep now, like the warden and all those people. All those people. Go there, please. How do I get there then? I get the feeling you have to go there and exit from below, so you need to sort that out. But how? Okay, let's go to the town. I just paid. Okay. An exotic wares merchant. No, I don't have. A cleric. Crucible Knight. Called Back Knight. Archer. Healing shop archer. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's
start with them proper. Harbinger, Beard. No, I can't see his name. Dr. Beardmore.
Out with you! I already told you what.
He stops
I'm
at Beard.
sorry. I thought you were one of those ruffians.
These times are 11.
How may I help you?
What happened to you?
I never saw their faces. Strange, hooded men asking about those ruins. Cleoban Relag. Most of the brigands who come through here asking about the ruins are looking for a few ancient trinkets. But these people knew the name, and they were in a hurry. They wanted to know where Cleoban Relag was. I tried to keep it from them, but I couldn't hold out forever. I don't know what they were up to, but it can't be good.
That does sound like the Leaden Key, doesn't it? Albeit not politely. Is there something else I can help you with? Can you tell me where to find these
The
ruins?
Glanfathan tribe that guards the ruins will kill anyone who trespasses there. And they'll retaliate against us, too, if history is any indication. We've had too many fortune seekers stir up trouble of late. If I'm to tell you, I'll need to know your reason for wanting to go.
A dangerous plot is unfolding there. I've got to stop it.
If that's the case, then we may already have trouble headed our way. I'll have to take you at your word. You'll find Cleoban Relag here. Whatever trouble you find there, please end it quietly and try to stay out of the ruins.
Tell me more about Dyrford. Folks here tend to keep to themselves, as they do it in most towns this deep in the Dyrwood. There's suspicion of travelers, but with all the brigands and refugees moving through the area, who can blame them? This is the Temple of Barath. What can you tell me about Barath? Barath is the most universal of all the gods. It oversees portals and cycles of all kinds, even life and death itself. Under Barath, an ending is merely a passage to another beginning. Barath has many representations across time and across culture. Around the Dyrwood, you'll commonly see it depicted as the Pallid Knight or the Usher. The Glanfathans, however, know it as Bunin e Ankiu and Enkiu e Bunin. Tell me more about the Pallid Knights. She's one of the youngest manifestations of Barath, but a familiar one nonetheless. Stories describe her as a gaunt knight in black armor with black eyes, black hair and milk pale skin. She demands an impossible toll from travelers who have tarried too long on her lord's road. Some challenge her only to slay themselves in the process. Who is the Usher? Keith have written stories, songs and poems about the Usher for centuries. Sometimes he's folk, sometimes dwarf, and sometimes merely a walking skeleton. He never speaks, but he guides the way to death and the next life. He also creates the circumstances for the wayward to stumble into their own graves. I've never heard of Bunin. Oh, that. It means life in death and death in life, respectively. You see them as two skeletal figures, one male and one female. Explorers have found them carved opposite one another in doorways, but I know of no particular legend speak of them. Thanks for the information. Farewell. Through Death's Gate. What quest is that now? Oh, it's a main quest. I don't want to do main quest. There's the ruins. I don't want to go back down. What is this? No. Villages. Okay. Humbled. Callowayne slobbering beast, blazing bloody effigy, thrice damn salty wench and her soggy. What's wrong? Guys are obviously angry. That monster stole my pigs, traipsed into the village, tore down my pen, and made off with the whole damned herd. Just left a few little runts. But what am I supposed to do with them? What are you doing about? An ogre moved into the area not long ago. Folk had been seeing glimpses of and tracked out in the wood, but it seemed to be staying away from town, or so we thought until it made off with my pigs. Now everyone's afraid it's going to develop a taste for kith if it hasn't already. What do you need me to do? What do you mean to do now? I know it's too late to get my pigs back, but it'd set my mind at ease to see that things had shone from its neck. Shit. In fact, you bring its ugly pate to me and I'll trade you for something that's of less use to a farmer like me than to a rowdy looking sort like you yourself. What do you know about the ogre? It's the same as any other, I'm sure, a big ugly son of a bitch with a nasty temper and an appetite to match. Triggle could tell you more. He claims to have seen it in the woods. You can find him in the shop, right by the broken tower. He waves a hand, but it's got to be tiny compared to the sorts of beasts you see up in the living lands. Need something else? Can I exit the town this way? Can that town be exited this way? Yes. Stormwall Gorge. It's an armory, but I'm broke as shit. I don't have anything.
Good day, stranger.
What's been going on in Dyrford? Oh, we're a quiet little town. Not much happens here, especially not since the legacy hit. People realized they couldn't have babies and just stopped trying altogether, and that takes a lot of the excitement out of the day-to-day, if you can't believe it. Oh, look at this. And I don't have money. 66 language versus deflection. Crits can inflict prone. Accurate 3. Man. The Grudge Keeper. Damage is fine. Damage against prone standard flanked. Tall cross was a pike. Mosquito. This thing only 400. Ah, let's see. Value. Okay.
Yeah? Sure.
Grieving mother. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped down her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringly colored vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off the long, fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're here. Excuse me. The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. Steady woman. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, whose who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer, she's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing. Like many of the townfolk you've seen, there's a strange blur to her, even the motion of her hand seems to be playing with threads that lack color, in a shape that lacks interest. She's a companion. It may be that she is half-minded or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Focus on the woman. Her brown hair is long, almost possibly impossible to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hair become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver and wrapping around her hands. She is forming a soul cradle with the threads braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp, like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together with silver predominating as a highlight, the black shadowing it. And suddenly you are calm. You are on a plateau almost at the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist or distance or a recollection. Resting in the curve of a natural arch above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging as attention as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you can feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your sense and thoughts like mist rolling softly into a sealed chamber. And focus on the chimes. The chimes are coaxing you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You are on the stone of a plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver white shimmering like hydra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrist and your hands. Your hands are in motion, weaving not thread, but gathering tenderly, moving along the first movement of Barath's wheel. Your hands are wet, your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning into your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping a newborn slide forth, and a woman's laboring, breathing, crying out. Focus on the child and the movement of the hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes clear cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the child forth. And coaxing by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost equally the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving. Moving along the length of a soft wet rope, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You are holding a small child, still wet from the womb before you. The child cries out. It's still full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if the viewing of a soul from within the soul. But it is there. It is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and her first cry, her hands reach out for it, surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before. And as your hands move, your chimes echo the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrists, and where once they echoed in memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child to the first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrist. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience. Oh, fuck all this reading. The woman laughs with a ragged joy laughing from the parched throat. Her emotions seem to soothe, but the physical demands of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remain. As they exist in the memory, they sound here as well. And they are hanging from the woman, from woven braids on the wrist of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of chimes on her wrists is as sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She is wearing black shredded garments and draped over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through it with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realize that what you see is not what the world sees, and you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in that realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad to at last be seen. What did you do to me?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
There is a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch. Reaching up to the air between you, you hear the chime on her wrist sound. Softly her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. A cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm. The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
Sorry, I took the first one there. Her hand withdraws shyly. The chime sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertain, as if she has been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her, the image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp. You're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
I'm never able to do that with a living person except with you.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels, or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There is a silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat, in your thoughts it stretches out between the two of you like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then realize she wants to ask you a question. You can't form the words as if assembling them is painful, or there simply are not enough pieces. Assemble the thoughts. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear gusting with the strength of relief, although oddly her expression does not change. The fear dissipates and you feel strength and uncertainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and a calm sky looks drawn upon you.
Farewell.
Dream and a memory. A cipher. What do ciphers use? Survival. Midwife. Cipher. Mechanics. So I can... Okay. Creates a toxic physical manifestation of a mutual entity between the cipher and the enemy target. Enemies caught in this path between the two will suffer corrosive damage. Shit. High strike. Oh, these are powers. Shocks the enemy visual as it is dazing and blinding them as well. Soul shock. If it transforms the outer shell of an allied target soul into energy, releasing an electrical burst around them. Characters sitting in that area around the target take shock damage. That can be good. Tenacious grasp. Assailants the target guard on reality, fighting and confusing them. Like that. Biting whip. The cipher's soul whip bites deeper, granting a bonus damage. Modify soul whip to melee damage. Range. Passive. Psychic backlash. Invokes a relentless strike, stunning the enemy wherever the one psychic backlash passive on per encounter. Training whip. Modify soul whip. Focus gain. Amplify thrust. Bounces again harmlessly off the target and onto the closest nearby enemy, causing pierce damage. Oh, I get to mind blades. I like the name. It's a vampiric cipher uses the target's strength of mind against it, then stealing a portion of its resolve. Cause the target to relive a psychic trauma and an injury moments after receiving it, experience damage all over again. Mental binding. As the target mental communicate with its own body, paralyzing it, and it's actually a paralysis skill. Greater focus. Brutal backlash training whip. I like that one as well. Generates a rebounding wave of psychic feedback between the cipher and an ally that causes crush damage to enemies caught between. Pain link. And it links nearby enemies to the target, forcing them to experience a portion of all damage that the target suffers. Holy shit! Force an enemy's soul to leak energy, igniting the air around them and burning them over time. Done. Body attunement, mind lots, bane block, what's bane block? Light target, plus 10 damage reduction. Body attunement, foe target, 7 damage stolen from, okay, mind lance, plus damage to enemies. Wild leech, target endpoint stolen from random attribute. Silent scream. Reduces psychic howl in the target while stunning. Yes. Brutal backlash. Light armor. And have daggers anymore. don't have weapons for her. One dagger, stilettos. Well, mind you, she has a dagger, but she doesn't have any proficiency, so maybe I should give her the stiletto I'm using instead. No, that's mine.
Hey there.
Yeah. And then I can redo the party like this. Yes, let's see what she's like. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. For another party member, we are done with Defiance Bay. We've done all the quests we could up until now. There is one I need to hand in there, but I can't seem to. I know it's bugged. I can't hand it in. I need to go there, Searing Falls, for a deer. I can't get there. I need to figure out that puzzle. I need to go to Twin Elms for Siege, and also for the main quest. And need to go there for the main story as well. So I think in the next episode we will continue exploring Dyrford village, and then we will try and figure out this. I need to figure out this pattern to get inside, because I need to go there. And then we will just keep on exploring. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. See you soon.